How's your trading going this year? Have you assessed it yet overall? Is it going good? Is it going not so good? Let's talk about that and more right now. Hey Forex traders, Andrew Mitchem here, the Forex trading coach with video and podcast number 282. So we're now midway through July, and I think it's quite a good time to assess how your year is going so far. So, have you had a good year so far? Have you got to about a break-even stage? Are you losing? How's it going? How you find the conditions? It's quite a nice time of year to be reflecting on what's happened. We're sort of, we've passed the 6 months, full 6 months through the year. And if things aren't going quite so well, it's now time to do something about that before, all of a sudden we'll find ourselves from July now through to suddenly it'll be Christmas time again and another year's gone. So it's important that you do something about it right now if your trading's not going so well. Now, I read a report on Forex Factory just yesterday morning, and it was talking about how the 2018 year has been quite a difficult trading year for a lot of the larger financial institutions. So it's really interesting to see that those guys with a lot of their traditional ways of trading are finding things quite difficult. And that was an article on Forex Factory. And it's also interesting that every time I hold a live webinar, I'm putting the webinar together and I'm looking at trades that I've taken myself over the last week or clients have posted either on our forum site or emailed through to me. And it's really interesting that when we trade a variety of different time frame charts, we find that for whatever reason, and I don't know the answer, I can't explain why, but different time frames seem to be producing better trade setups depending on the market conditions at that time. As an example, I use some software that I've had created that allows me to trade 8-hour charts on the standard MT4 account, which is not a normal time frame that you can trade on MT4. And this week we've had an enormous amount of very high quality trade setups on the 8-hour charts. When I held my webinar previously, the 6-hour charts showed really good setups. But I went through the 6-hour charts before presenting the webinar with the benefit of hindsight and could only find about 3 really good trade setups for the week, not many. However, we did have one 6-hour chart trade that I took on the webinar, but there were only 3 previously to that. Whereas the 8-hour charts, I think I had around 15 trade setups. Not all of them I took myself because of the time of day and night, etc., when the 8 hours change over. But I took a lot of them myself, and the others, other people had taken themselves and posted. So there were an enormous amount of good trade setups on the 8-hour charts this week. Why the 8-hour charts work? Who knows? Can't explain it, but what it does mean though is that when you trade the same strategy that we trade and we teach, and bear in mind I've been trading this same strategy for 12 plus years, been teaching it for 9 plus years now. The beauty is that it's a proven strategy against across all market conditions. It just means that on certain times, depending on the current conditions, different time frames will show us higher quality and more quality setups than other time frames. And you don't know that in advance. So the point I'm trying to make is if you have a strategy that works and it's proven to work, like my strategy, the beauty is it can work on any time frame and any currency pair. And so the beauty of also trading the slightly longer time frame charts, such as like the 6 and the 8 and 12-hour charts, is you know exactly when you need to look at your computer. So if you wanted to trade all 3 8-hour charts in a day, you just need to look 3 times a day. Now, for most people, it's probably not something you're going to be able to do. I personally trade the 8-hour charts twice a day. I don't look when it's my early hours of the morning, because I'd rather be sleeping. But it still allows me 2 out of 3 times per day I can look at the close of the 8-hour charts. Real simple, takes just a few minutes twice a day to do that. So it really does help. The other thing I shared with my clients last night, and I've mentioned it on these webinars and podcasts, videos and podcasts in the past, is my amazing trade copier service. It will take you 5 minutes to set up. You need an MT4 account and you link it through to the trade copier software that I use by Forex Solutions, and within 5 minutes your account can be auto traded using my own trading algorithms. It's an amazingly beneficial way of adding to your account. Now, if you did nothing else than traded at the default risk, which is really low risk by the way, you'd be up over 23.5% today since this service started in November. Now, you could also choose to trade at twice the default risk, and it means you'll be up around 47% since November, or you can trade at 3 times the risk, whatever it is that suits you. It's an amazing way of adding to your account without doing anything apart from linking it, which takes 5 minutes of work and a monthly subscription fee. So I'll put a link below this video and podcast to my trade copier service if that's something you'd like to jump on board with. But just remember to assess your trading right now as we're more than midway through the year. If you're going good, fantastic, great, don't change anything, stick being methodical and keep accumulating. If things are at break even or losing, or you're tearing your hair out, it's about to all go wrong and you're about to give up, then I strongly suggest you look at my help with my 5-star rated coaching course, or have a look at the trade copier. So this is Andrew Mitchem, the Forex trading coach. Go and assess your results and your performance right now, and let me know if I can help.